Hey guys, welcome to the second object-oriented programming video, and in this video, let's start writing some code. In this video, we will be looking at the example of students or student objects, right? And recall that in my previous video, I talked about this idea of the existence of a blueprint, right? And with the help of this blueprint, we can easily create objects, and it makes it extremely easy for us to create multiple objects, right? So let's try and code this in Python. Now in Python and many other languages, this blueprint is known as a class. So let's create this student class with which we can create our student objects. For that, first we use the class keyword in Python and then specify the name of the class that we want to create. In my case, student, and it's generally a convention to have the first letter in the name of the class to be capitalized. So let's just do that. Class student colon and come down. Here we will be writing all the code that defines what it means to be a student, right? And that defines all the behaviors of a student. For now, let's leave this section blank, but we can't just leave it blank, right? Python is going to throw an error at us. So to prevent that error, let's just use the pass statement for now. Let's come down and let's see how we create an object from this class, from this blueprint. And the way we do that in Python is extremely simple. All we have to do first is create a variable that's going to hold this object, right? I'm going to name this variable student1. Student1 is the variable that's going to hold our student object. And the way we create this object is extremely easy. All we have to say is student1 equals student with S capital, of course, and then open and close brackets. I'll get back to what those brackets mean later. And we're getting an underline by PyCharm. It says expected 2 blank lines after class. So let's just give 2 blank lines to keep PyCharm happy. Alright, so now we've successfully created our student object, right? And we've named it as student1. What we just did was we created an instance of the student class, right? And when we say that we've created an instance of a class, we mean that we've created an object by using that class as a blueprint, right? It's pretty simple. Now let's actually try and print out student1 onto the screen. What do you think we're going to get? Student1, right? And let's run this code and we get this weird thing, right? What does that even mean? Well, it's a little bit complicated, but the gist of what it's trying to tell us here is that student1 is a student object, and it also gives us some information about where it is located in the computer's memory, but that's not really required for us right now. So we've successfully created a student object. Now let's create another student object, right? Let's create student2 by saying student2 equals new student, right? Student. Now we can, in the same way, print student2, and when we print this, we get the exact same thing. We get the exact same result. It says that student1 is a student object and student2 is also a student object. But notice that both of them are present at different parts, different places in memory, right? And this indicates that we've created 2 separate objects from the same class, from the same blueprint. That was it for this video, guys. In this video we saw how we can create a class of an object and how we can create an instance of that class, right? And we've verified that we can create many objects from a class by using a single class. And in the next video we'll be defining the data and the behavior that is associated with the student object and hopefully see some really interesting results. And until then, remember, anybody can code.